kiss him. And he backs up so fast, like and wipes his lips and says, what the heck? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jordyn and welcome back to another Jordyn video. Welcome back to another episode of Starbies and Stories. I'm so glad you guys been loving the series, and I'm so happy that you guys are sending in submissions. Please keep them coming. I'm getting a lot and I'm really happy about that. I love reading them. Please keep them coming, and remember, if I don't get to your story right away, it's because I'm getting a lot and I'm reading all of them. So as always, we're going to try this week's Starbies first, and we have a chai cream frappuccino. And it's supposed to have like cinnamon sugar or chai or whatever on top, and they kind of just like dumped cinnamon on it, so it's not up to the standards, but it's okay. But I'm kind of excited for this, so let's give it a sip. This is good. This is really good. I like it. My mom loves chai tea, or chai tea. She loves it so much. Oh goodness. I really did just dump cinnamon on top. I got a big old chunk. I'm trying not to make this intro so long, so let's just jump right into the story. So this week's story is A First Kiss Gone Wrong. So this all started in 6th grade. I was really excited because it was my first year in middle school, whatever. And I have this boy in my class that's like an L in my classes. Like almost all of my classes except science. So I kind of developed a crush on him because sometimes we'd be seated together, and he was super nice and pretty funny. He was kind of like the class clown, so I kind of developed a crush on him, whatever. And I was really scared to tell him because I didn't really have a lot of crushes, so I didn't really know what to do about it. I didn't know, like, should I just tell him or should I just like keep it to myself? Like, he doesn't need to know. He doesn't. But I was talking to one of my friends, and she's like, you should just tell him because, like, I don't know, it would be fun to watch. So I was like, true, but like, what if he says no, blah, blah, blah. I was so nervous. My friend just said, like, if he says no, then he says no, and move on. And I kind of like took that advice, and I was like, yeah, true. If he says no, then just move on. So I go to his class, in one of my classes, we're working as a team for a project, and I tell him, and I'm like, hey, I kind of like you. And then he looked at me like kind of confused and said, oh, I like you too. And I wasn't sure if he meant like friend like you or if he meant like you. But I didn't ask any questions. I was just happy that he said that he liked me back, whatever. So then we started hanging out more, and I still didn't know if we were like, if he liked me back like how I liked him, or if he just liked me as a friend. But I never asked because I thought like I could just guess my way through it. I could just read his body language. And we would have lunch together. He gave me his numbers, and we would like text from time to time, but it was kind of only at school to just be like, yo, where you at? Finally a good drink. I haven't had a good drink in so long. All the drinks have been nasty. Okay, anyways, moving on. So yeah, I didn't really know if he liked me, blah 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 blah, but I liked him a lot, and so we started just hanging out like friends. But you know, I thought we were dating for some reason. Like, I don't know, he didn't do anything like we would if we were dating, but I thought we were dating. So I'm telling my friends about him, and they're kind of making fun of me, like, oh yeah, I don't think he likes you, but you can still go along with it. And I kind of ignored them because I was like, he does like me because he's hanging out with me, whatever. And one day when we had a project together, we were presenting it, and then I messed up, and then everybody started laughing at me, and then he started laughing also. And I kind of got confused because I was like, yo, why are you laughing at me? And when that happened, I kind of thought like, oh, maybe he doesn't like me. So I got like really quiet towards him and didn't talk to him at all, like barely. And then one day he came and was like, yo, what's wrong? You haven't been talking to me. What did I do? And I kind of just told him, and like, you laughed at me, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry. You want to have lunch together? I'm really sorry. I'll make it up to you. So when he said that, my heart was going pitta-patta, pitta-patta. And I was like, oh my goodness, he asked me out on a date. Like, no, he just said, want to sit next to each other at lunch? What was I thinking? What was going through the brain? What was happening? Some neurological thing was going on inside my brain that made me think that this was a date. So I thought it was a date. I thought he asked me out. So he said, tomorrow you can sit with me at lunch, whatever. So the next day, I prepped myself up like so much. I put on makeup, I put on mascara, I put on eyeshadow a little bit. It was kind of like not a lot. It didn't look that good. I put on lip gloss, I put on highlighter, I put on like some flower dress, and I was ready for this. I was ready for this date at the lunch table. I don't know what I thought was going on. I mean, I'm at school, he says that I look really pretty and fancy, and I wish he didn't say that, because that just made my brain go, oh my god, it is a date. This is your first date ever. So then lunch comes around. Okay, I go to him for lunch. I'm looking for him. I grab my stuff. I got my chocolate milk. Like, first of all, why do they sell chocolate milk with everything? Like, it can really be pizza and chocolate milk. Like, orange chicken and chocolate milk. It's always chocolate milk. And I'm looking for him, and he texts me, where you at? And I text him, oh, I'm at table 7, whatever. So I go to table 7, and I see him sitting there, so I sit by him, and we're talking, blah, 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 and I'm like acting super weird. I'm like, yeah, yeah, and he even acts like, what are you doing? Why are you acting like that? So we're talking, blah, 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 and he turns to me, and he looks at me for a while, and is like looking at me. And I'm looking at him, and in my mind I'm like, oh my gosh, is this happening? Is he gonna kiss me? Oh my goodness! Oh my god! That's how my mind was going. And in my mind, it felt like 5 minutes of looking at each other, but in reality, it was like probably like 6 seconds. So then I start leaning in. And he's like looking at me and looking at me like this, like, huh? Like a dog when he hears a high noise. What? And then I lean in and I kiss him, and he backs up so fast, like and wipes his lips and says, what the heck? And my heart dropped. He said, bro, why did you do that? And I said, oh, I thought you were gonna kiss me. And he said, no, I looked at you to ask you a question. I felt my heart in my foot. Like, I was so, like, I wanted to pass out. I wanted to just like run away. I wanted to evaporate at that very moment. I wanted a dark hole, a black hole, just to suck up the earth right when that happened. And I look at my friend, and she's laughing with her other friends, and they're recording me. So I'm over here freaking out, and tears are coming down on my face, and I just yell, I'm sorry. And he's like, and he says, what did you think? Did you think it was a date? We're just friends. And I run. I sprint. I ran out of that lunchroom so fast. I was crying so hard. I was hyperventilating. I was just like so embarrassed, because I feel like the whole world just saw what happened. I just felt like, dude, what did I just do? I just kissed somebody, and I thought we were dating, and we weren't. I thought this was a date, and it wasn't. We're just friends, and I just kissed him, and he doesn't even like me, and he didn't even want me to kiss him. I was just super embarrassed, and after that, I didn't really like talk to him anymore. He didn't really text me anymore, so he just eventually like stopped talking to me, and I just stopped talking to him, and we never talked anymore at all. And every time we would go into the classroom, I would just like, my anxiety would go so far up, because he looked at me every time we went in the classroom. He would just go, and I knew that he was just thinking about that, and I was so scared that he told people and other people were looking at me. But that was kind of it. But yeah, so that's the story of the first kiss gone wrong, whatever. I think the moral of this story is just like, I don't know, like, make sure you're understanding what the person is understanding. Like, make sure you guys talk, communicate. Make sure you think the same thing they think before you go out and do anything big and kind of crazy. Save yourself from an embarrassment. And so thank you to the person who's sending that story. I'm going to keep it anonymous because, you know, I don't want anybody bullying anybody. But yeah, this is a really good story to hear because I know we all have like some super embarrassing stories that happen to us. So it's just good to know that we're not alone, and everybody goes through embarrassing stuff. So it's not like, it's not a bad thing to have an embarrassing story. We all go through embarrassing things, so it's okay. Don't feel like you're alone. And if you guys do want to send in any stories of your own, just you can DM me on Insta, or you can use my email down below. I'll put it in the description. It's always going to be in that description. And I try to go through as many stories as I can, but you know, I get a lot, but I read them all, so it does take me a while to find, like, it does take me a while to get through them all, but they're all super good. And thank you so much for sending them in. And I'm really glad you guys like this this whole shebang, this whole series, because I really do like it also. But yeah, that is okay. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Love you.